humongous snow one time, and we was all having breakfast, and Mom said, "Oh, where is Verda?" And I said, "She went out to the toilet a while ago," and so she had gone out to the toilet, but we had ice on top of the snow, and she slid all the way down that
You were going to the toilet where you kind of went down. You remember the old outside toilet? You kind of go down. Well, I started down towards the toilet and I started sliding. Well, you remember that hole my dad had dug at the bottom of the hill? He was going to dig a well
and he
down
gave
there
up
underneath. You know where your mom's trailer was, that big tree. Well, there was a big hole where he had started to dig a well, and he hit solid rock. So here was this hole, and I was sliding down that hill on that ice, and I knew I was going to go in that hole. Nobody'd ever know what happened to me. and I was kicking for all it was, so, and I wound up here by the tree. Well, then no way could I get back up that hill. I mean, we had snow like this, and then ice on top of that. Even my dad couldn't break through it.
But the night before, there was a lot of people had come over to our house to sleigh ride, and they had cut steps way down at the end of that hill, down by the road. There was steps going up that hill, and she had to walk on them.
I walked down the valley where your mom's trailer was, from where I fell, where I stopped. Well, then I ventured down, and then went down the road, and then come up where they had made them. And when they missed me and looked, somebody thought, "Well, here she is coming up," and I was coming up the road with I probably didn't even have a coat on.
No, you didn't have a coat on.
I just run out to the toilet.
And good thing that you had a little sister that was really anxious to tell everything on you.
Yeah.
Were either of you at Grandma's house the time Aunt Larry opened the back door to squash that bug? I remember you guys giggling and Grandma just laughing so hard. But Aunt Larry found there was a moth or something got in the house. And she went to the screen door in the living room, opened the screen door, was going to stomp on that bug. And
Oh, I know who you're. This was Don Stewart's brother's wife. They were there with Sandra and Don at my mom's house. Well, you know, they had never made steps or anything there at that front door. Well, Sharon, it was a tick. She found a tick on her little boy. And so she took that tick and opened that screen, and she was going to step on it because she thought there was a porch. And she dropped that tick, and we heard, "Ooh!" And she was a big cut up anyway, and she, of course, had to go around the house, come in, and she come in just dying laughing. She said, "I was going to step on that tick."
And who was it? Aunt Larry? Or who was
No, it was Roger Stewart's wife.
Oh, okay.
Sharon. They was down there with Sandra and Don.
A lot of people tried to go out that front door, you know.
Well, it was dark, you know, and
Yeah.
she just knew there was a porch there, so she just unhooked the screen and opened it and dropped the tick. And she dropped herself and started to step on it.
Aunt Larry, she was always so crazy. She was absolutely crazy.
Worse than me.
She would make us laugh no matter what. And we was all sitting at the supper table one night, and it was dark, and she had been, I don't know if she was in school or if she was...
When she was going to school in Granite City.
And
she
she-
rode down with Uncle Ross, I think.
Anyway, we knew she was supposed to be coming in, I think, but we didn't know if she was going to be coming in that day or when, you know. And anyway, we was all sitting at the table, and I was on the side of the table where Mom was sitting, looking out toward the through the window, through the back, and we were
This
sitting
was our
there,
old house.
old
Okay.
old house,
Old
and
house
we were
and had
sitting there,
a big
and
dining
me and
room
Mom.
window.
Me and Mom kept seeing this, outside, and we was just looking and
Mom thought it was her reflection, so. And
And-
Larry was grinning great big looking in the window, and Mom thought, well, I'm not grinning.
and I was looking too, and I couldn't figure out what in the world we was seeing. And then I got scared because it was really looking awful, really scary. She was doing it on purpose. She was out there just dying laughing because we was doing all this, and we couldn't figure out what in the world
I
was going on.
think it was muddy, and Uncle Ross couldn't drive up to the house.
Oh.
And he let her out down the gate, and she'd come around and was looking in that.
She just
these had a
decided to do
big-
that. That was just her, just
We
decided
had a
to
big
do that.
dining room window in our old house,
Mhm.
and the table right here. And Mom said I kept looking at that, and then she, well, I'm not grinning. I think Mom almost passed out till she realized what it was.
And Valera was just really having a good time
Good
out
time.
of us. And Mom said, look at there, Mom, to my dad, was sitting like that. And Mom was here and I was there and Daddy was there. And Mom said, oh, look at there.
My place was always on the corner.
And
Virginia
Daddy
there,
couldn't see
Artie
anything.
there, Valera there, Daddy here, Betty in her high chair here.
I was here then. Artie was gone. So,
Yeah.
he's.
Well, I always had my place. Dad sat it right here, and I had to sit here. So I was always running for the ice because he had to have his glass, and I do the same thing. I have anything I drink, it has to be full of ice. So I was always Dad's ice runner. Okay,